The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello there, Absurdians. Hello. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you're coming back, but if this is your first time, a big hello to you.
Hello.
That over there is Mel. Say hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Oh, God.
How are you, Rod?
I'm okay. And you?
I'm good.
Good
Stuff.
Good. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Not a bad day out today.
Yeah, it's
You know.
pretty decent.
Yeah, not crazy humid.
I don't hate it.
No. I like autumn better.
Me too.
I like when it rains better.
I did see some of the trees changing
Already?
already.
Well, that
I
can't
noticed
be
it
good.
on my walk this morning with the dog, and I'm like, there's some red leaves on the ground.
What kind
There's
of
like
trees?
little patches. I don't know what they are.
Oh.
They're like the little shitty trees that they plant in new subdivisions. I don't know what they're called.
That's a really long name. They should shorten it down.
The really shitty trees that they put in new subdivisions. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know what. I don't know my trees.
Maybe
So.
they're like little maples or something.
Yeah, I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea. Some sort of maple, I'm sure, but
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't happen too much just yet.
well, I hope not.
Speaking though of this time of year, I had
Yes.
my first locally grown corn on the weekend.
Did you know?
Oh God,
Is it the place just outside of Elmira?
negative.
No.
It's if you go on Northfield into Conestoga, instead of turning left to go the back way into Elmira, like if you're coming from
Yes.
Waterloo,
Yes.
go straight through.
Okay.
And just on the edge of town, as you're going up the hill, there's an old Mennonite farm on the right, and they have a veggie stand out.
Okay.
$6 for 13 years.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And it was fine. It was fine. I freaking love corn on the cob.
I do. I enjoy corn.
But do you take it off the cob?
No.
Thank God.
No.
We
I
ought
don't
to-
do that.
We should send those people to a special island
Mm-hmm.
where they only get corn on the cob and they can't take it off.
That'd be great.
It would be great. Actually, I'd probably want to get sent there. Yeah, how was your weekend?
Weekend was pretty good.
Yeah.
I hung out with my friend Christine on Saturday night.
Mm.
It got a little windy.
Uh-huh.
And just in her backyard.
Yeah,
It was a good night.
Yeah.
And yesterday I went with my friend Teresina.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Bayfield.
Ooh, how posh.
Went to Cornerfield Winery
Uh-huh.
and did a wine tasting.
Were they good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
I've never heard of them.
And we were there for a couple hours. Really cute little spot.
Cool.
And then we went down to Bayfield Pier
Yeah.
and went to the beach there and spent a couple hours there.
There was a really good restaurant bar in Bayfield. I'm not even sure if it's open anymore. If you're coming in from the Grand Bend end,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
It would be on the right, just before the marina. You cross over a bridge
Yeah.
as you're coming into Bayfield, and
Yeah.
on the right,
Down
is
in
a-
the village.
No, right on the edge of town. It's right there on the road, and
I'm
it was
not
really
sure.
good. I think maybe last time I went through though, it wasn't open anymore.
Possibly.
we-
I can't picture it. I've been there a couple times in the last few months.
Is that
so
right?
yeah, I like Bayfield.
Yeah.
It's a
that's
cute little
nice.
town.
Yeah, it's
Some
it's
good
crafty.
pubs.
It's like a town for scrapbookers.
Yeah, okay. We went to Captain Harry's for some eats.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had delicious cod tacos. They were very, very good. And Absent Landlord
Good beer. That's a fantastic beer.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah.
Muskoka? No. Hang on.
I don't know.
Hey, Echo. Volume level 7. Hey, Echo. Who makes Absent Landlord beer? Dummy. Hey, Echo. Who makes Absent Landlord beer?
From everybodywiki.com. In 2016, Cowbell started brewing its first beer, Absent Landlord.
There you
with a
go.
Okay,
contract
Echo.
brewing facility-
Echo, shut up. I mean, thank you, Echo. Hey, Echo, thank you.
Anytime. Literally.
Yeah, right. Cowbell. That's a fantastic beer.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. That was my day. Got
Yeah.
to get away and get some sunnage and
Cool.
yeah. What about you?
Not much. Saturday during the day, I went out with my folks and we did the delicious triangle of Conestoga, where I got corn on the cob, as I've already stated.
Mm-hmm.
Then to Hawksville,
Mm-hmm.
where I got short johns, aka like cream buns,
Yum.
and a miniature peach pie.
Okay.
And then we went to Heidelberg to Stemler's, where I got some creamy Havarti cheese and some hot sopressado sausage.
I love Havarti cheese.
Oh, dude.
So good. Didn't you bring that to the office one day? You brought like a chunk of Havarti and I just kept eating it because
Maybe.
I came to visit you
I
in
think
the
so.
building.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
just kept eating your Havarti
Eat all my
cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. Sounds like me.
Swine.
It sounds like me.
Other than that, I watched, I just hung out. I've really been enjoying
Yeah.
just hanging out, dude.
Good. Yeah.
So, like, becoming a homebody, I don't know if that makes me a house martin.
Wow.
That's a kind of animal.
Yeah.
Also a band.
Not to be confused with a house hippo.
No.
No. Okay.
But
checking.
you know who Fat Boy Slim was?
Yeah.
Before he went on his own thing, he was in a band called the House Martins.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also an animal.
Oh.
Kind of like, what do you call those scary things? They're in Eastern Ontario. Yeah, I cannot remember the name of those animals. And as soon as we stop recording, I'm like, shit, that's it.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, House Martin's like, I don't know, 1.5 feet long.
Okay.
I think. They don't really live in houses.
Well,
Not
I
to my
figured.
knowledge.
Well, they might.
I hope not. No, I hope not in mine. Yeah. So yeah, no business. Oh, I did. Yeah, I said I watched some scary movies. I rewatched Smile. God, it's such a good scary movie.
It is.
Like, I love horror movies, which means I hate most horror movies because they're crap.
Yep.
Smile is not. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
And even though I've only seen it once before, but I can't remember which part, but it made me jump.
There's one part in particular that I'm thinking of that makes me jump every single time.
Which, by the car?
Yes.
Yeah, with the sister?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all I'm
every
saying.
time. That part scared the shit out of me.
It wasn't even that one. I mean, that is scary. No question about it. And then I looked it up. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. About what happens when we get a jump scare.
Okay.
Okay. So the immediate physical symptoms of a jump scare.
Yeah.
Heart and lungs. Your heart rate spikes dramatically and breathing becomes fast and shallow. That didn't happen for me because it wasn't that serious.
Right.
Right? Maybe the heart rate a bit. Muscles contract tightly, often causing an involuntary eye blink, ducking motion, or full body tremor and shaking as energy surges to large muscle groups. Skin and digestion. Blood flow shifts away from the skin and digestive tract towards major muscles, which can cause sweaty palms, goosebumps, or a sudden sick or hollow feeling in the stomach. Okay, well, I didn't get that happening. But here's what I did get. Adrenaline and norepinephrine flood the bloodstream within milliseconds, turning your body's internal alarm system on. So it switches to a freeze, flee, or fight reaction. And I could feel it. Like, you know that when you get scared, you get that tingle through your body.
Yeah.
That's adrenaline. Your body is releasing it because this is ancient biology shit. Because you're scared, your body's like, okay, do I have to fight for my life here? Am I in danger? That's why you get the adrenaline surge, and all the blood moves away from your skin to your muscles. So you can either bugger off really quick.
So, do you want to explain to the people what happened in the hallway?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Mel scared me. Which is kind of bullshit because I was trying to scare her.
Oh, that was great.
That wasn't fair.
That was fantastic.
Wasn't right at all. But another one I watched was Weapons.
Oh, yeah, I watched that one.
I like it.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely creepy.
Yep.
And then I also rewatched The Conjuring 2.
Okay.
The second one. Have you seen it?
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
Like in England.
Yep. I like that whole series. It's pretty good.
But do you know what I did watch was The Nun.
Oh, I saw that in the theater. It was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like
it. Still made me jump.
Well,
but
it
was,
could have been better.
eh.
Like it. No, it was trying too hard to be creepy without actually succeeding at being creepy. You know what I mean? Like, there was too many.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, trying too hard.
Yeah, after a while, I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, like,
Yeah.
change the plot, man.
Yeah.
But that nun, like, she's a cow
Yeah.
for sure. I don't like her.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So that was it, and I did some cooking. I made some hummus. All
Ooh, I
gone.
love hummus.
I'll make some for you for next week.
Okay.
And I made a
Your
pork
spicy one?
Huh?
Your spicy one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made a pork tenderloin. I had a bag of frozen tropical fruit in my freezer.
Yeah.
Took it out, let it thaw a bit. Put it in my magic bullet with 3 ghost peppers. Ground it all up. Browned my pork tenderloin. Put it in the crock. Well, stabbed it repeatedly with a fork first to make sure it was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put it in my crock pot and I poured the tropical fruit hot sauce on top of it. It was very thick so that it would bake into and on it. Yeah. God, it was good, dude.
Sounds delicious.
I had that with a baked potato and corn on the cob. Before we begin, I had a little, I don't know what you'd call it, but like a little absurdian stuff, like little news thingy. Where have you ever heard of the spice Old Bay?
Yes.
It's
Yes.
very good on fish, by the way. Gustav Brunn,
Okay.
he was the inventor of Old Bay seasoning. He escaped from Germany and worked at McCormick's, you know how they make a lot of spices.
Yep.
Worked at their company, who fired him once they found out he was Jewish.
Okay.
They later bought Old Bay from the family after his death. What a bunch of dicks. Have you ever been on a cruise?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Did you like it?
I did.
Did you?
Very much so.
Wonder if you ever saw this happen.
Oh, God.
There was a video released of on a Carnival cruise of a passenger scratching fungus off her foot with a fork in the restaurant.
Ew.
In the video, viewers see a cruise passenger use the same hand to eat pizza after scratching dry, scaly areas off her foot. Yeah.
And see, this is why I don't like buffets. These are the things I think of. And cruise ships, they're big on buffets, right? Like, there are some, the one that I went on anyways.
Well, would you bring your own food on the cruise?
Well, no.
Okay.
But it's either buffet or you can go to a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of shit that goes through my head when I think of buffets and, like, what people do and, like, they doing gross shit like that and then going over and taking pizza and they're like, oh, actually, no, I don't want that piece. I'll actually take this piece.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
It grosses me out.
That's a decorum issue. But I mean, there's no reward without risk. So you're not a big fan of the Mandarin.
No.
God, I love it.
I mean, I don't hate it. I enjoy it. I've only gone a couple times because it's expensive AF.
It
but-
is.
But it's, it's kind of fun to try a bunch of different foods and whatever, but...
Their prime rib is extraordinary.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not even kidding. Considering where it is, you'd think it'd be kind of mid, as the kids probably still say.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'm always hungry at this time, but now I'm really hungry. Thinking about prime rib. Hey, I have a story to begin.
All right, let's get into it.
Do you remember who Mr. T was?
Yes.
Pitiful. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we have a little story kind of about Mr. T.
Okay.
In a way. So, on a mild evening in 1985, two boys from the Darndale housing estate in Dublin, Ireland, slipped outside to play. Their mothers thought they'd be back within the hour. Dinner was nearly ready, and nothing about the evening suggested anything more dramatic than a football kicked around the flats. Those are apartments. If you're not,
I'm down.
Okay. By the time the news came on, 10-year-old Keith Bryan and 13-year-old Noel Murray weren't in Dublin anymore. They weren't even in Ireland. Within a couple of days, they'd crossed 3 borders, talked their way past airline staff twice over, and landed in New York City with no passports, no tickets, and a handful of coins nicked from a charity fountain.
Oh my gosh.
In other words, stolen. This is obviously written in British parlance. The boys hopped the DART train to Dunlonger. I friggin' hate Gaelic. Small enough at 10 and 13 to slip past notice, and cheeky enough to talk their way out of trouble with anyone who did find them. At the harbor, they pulled off their first real con, sneaking aboard a ferry bound for Holyhood. They could vanish into a crowd of boarding passengers without much bother. By the time the ferry pulled out of the harbor, Keith and Noel were already a long way further from home than either of them had ever been on their own. Landing in Holyhood, the boys faced a country they knew nothing about, and a total of a few coins between them. Didn't slow them down. They dodged ticket collectors, hid out in crowded carriages, trains, and somehow kept clear of guards and police all the way to London. For most kids, this would have been the end of the road. London was massive, unfamiliar, and more than a little frightening. Keith and Noel weren't finished yet. How the boys got as far as Heathrow Airport still stops people in their tracks. Airport security in 1985 was nowhere near what it is now, but it was hardly non-existent either, and the era had its own famous cases of someone beating the system entirely. Just over a decade earlier, a man calling himself D.B. Cooper had walked onto a commercial flight, extorted a ransom, and vanished mid-air, and he was never caught. That did not happen at Heathrow. That happened in the northwestern U.S. in Washington State. Have you never heard of D.B. Cooper? Oh, dude, this is a mystery, eh? It's still ongoing.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Not today, but I'm going to do it to spite you. Keith and Noel weren't after money, just a lucky break, and by sheer nerve, they got one. They picked a random traveler in the terminal and asked where his flight was headed. New York, he said. That was all the information they needed. When airline staff questioned the pair, they simply said their parents were already through security and waiting ahead of them. Nobody asked for tickets. Nobody asked for passports. Nobody checked their age. They were waved straight through. It's worth remembering just how strange the timing was. The flight was barely 2 months after Air India Flight 182 was bombed off the coast of Ireland, killing all 329 people aboard. A disaster that was supposed to put airport security everywhere on edge. Now, I should note that Air India flight that was blown up off the coast of Ireland, that was the worst terrorist act in Canadian history because they were almost all Canadians.
Okay.
So, yeah, not cool. Somehow, in the middle of the heightened alert, 2 children from Darndale strolled onto an international Air India flight with no tickets and no ID at all. Keith later put the whole thing down to luck as much as nerve. The plane was only half full, so nobody came near them once they'd found their seats. Once airborne, the adventure kept getting stranger. The boys were served a spicy Indian curry that proved far too hot for Keith's 10-year-old palate, so he gave up on dinner and turned to the in-flight entertainment instead, which happened to be the James Bond film, A View to a Kill. Great movie, by the way. You haven't seen it, have you?
I have not.
Disgrace. Less than 48 hours earlier, they'd been kicking a ball around Darndale. Now they were somewhere over the Atlantic watching 007 on the big reclining seats of a half-empty jumbo jet. Their run of luck held all the way to touchdown. Once inside JFK Airport, the boys spent a while just wandering the terminal before heading out to see what New York looked like from the curb. That's where it fell apart. A police officer named Kenneth White stopped the pair and asked where they were headed. They told him that they were meeting their mother in town, and when he pushed a bit harder, they admitted the truth. There was no mother, no adult, nobody but the two of them. White radioed his sergeant, Carl Harrison, and the boys were brought in for questioning. It took hours of going back and forth before officers pieced together that two unaccompanied children with thick Dublin accents, no luggage, and no papers had really had crossed the Atlantic entirely on their own. Back at the precinct, officers fed the boys chips and soda. Chips in this case meaning?
Fries.
Yeah. Who doesn't love fries?
I love French fries.
So they were feeding them chips and soda, and in a detail that would raise a few eyebrows today, let them play around with their unloaded service weapons while everything got sorted out. Because of how recent the Air India bombing had been, investigators also had to rule out something far darker before anyone could relax, checking whether the boys had any terrorist connections or were being used to smuggle something into the country. It didn't take long for that line of inquiry to go nowhere. They were exactly what they looked like. Two homesick kids who wanted to meet a television star. That's Mr. T. Once Air India and the airline confirmed the boys' story, the airline itself stepped in and put them up in a suite at a 5-star Manhattan hotel.
Jeez.
With 5 security guards assigned to keep an eye on them around the clock.
Yeah, apparently you gotta watch those kids.
Keith remembered being fed like royalty, with sandwiches and chips laid out so generously that the whole ordeal barely felt terrible at all. Rather than simply babysitting the boys, the guards ended up giving them a proper tour of the city, handing over some spending money and sending them home with I Love New York t-shirts as souvenirs.
Gosh.
The press couldn't get enough of it. New York's tabloids splashed the boys across their front pages, marveling at how a 10 and 13-year-old had beaten airport security across 3 separate countries. Back in Ireland, reactions swung between disbelief and quiet admiration, with parents everywhere shaking their heads while secretly wondering if their own kids could pull off something so bold.
Definitely not mine.
Yeah, careful, don't underestimate. The story even reached Downing Street. That's where British Prime Minister lives. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, boo, reportedly voiced her doubts about the whole tale live on radio, unable to believe 2 schoolboys had really managed it. Decades later, when Murray was asked about it, his response was simple. They really had done it, Maggie. That's the people who didn't like her called her. Back home, the moment police told Keith's mother where her son actually was became a story in itself. When officers explained that Keith was safe in New York, she reportedly assumed they meant York Street, a road not far from Darndale, and had to be corrected before the full scale of the adventure sank in. Life after New York wasn't quite as glamorous as the hotel suite. Keith was sent to boarding school not long after coming home. Noel, who already had a few minor brushes with the law before the trip, came close to being sent to a boys' home and was only spared that after a judge decided to let him off. The 2 boys who crossed the Atlantic together as a team drifted apart in the years that followed, the way childhood friendships often do. Both men still live in Darndale, and both are well into adulthood now. Keith is edging up on 50, and Noel has already passed it. A good reminder that this was never some distant folk tale. It happened to two Dubliners who are still very much around today. Keith has settled down with a long-term partner and children of his own. Noel has been open about a much harder chapter of his adult life, a battle with drug addiction that lasted around 3 decades and had reached 17 months of sobriety by the time filmmakers came calling to tell his story properly. Looking back on the trip itself, he's joked that he might go back to New York again sometime, only next time he'll actually pay for the flight. So yeah, their whole thing was to see Mr. T.
That's pretty amazing.
Not knowing, he probably wasn't in New York.
Right, but...
Well, he's probably out working with the A-Team, I would imagine.
Of course.
You know?
Where was the A-Team out of?
I think they were out of L.A. Everything was out of L.A. back then.
Fair.
Did you ever watch the A-Team?
No, that was kind of before my time.
Only miles. Yeah, I did a bit, but it got kind of dumb. But yeah, what if you got a call and said,
Your son is in New York City?
yeah, or Tokyo.
Oh, God.
Bring me back something good.
Yeah, no
But it's
kidding.
interesting how the parents reacted. Like, disbelief and, could my kid do that? Would it almost become like, I wonder if my kid's smart enough to do that. You know what I mean?
Mine wouldn't be.
Well, you wouldn't really want them to be.
Well, no.
No.
Sometimes I'm surprised he can even find a school.
Wow. Hey, does he listen to the show?
No.
Okay, good.
I sure hope not, anyway.
Does Teresina listen to the show?
I don't know,
What do you mean?
actually.
You should find out.
I should.
Insist that she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got something for us?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Okay. You ready?
Uh-huh. Sorry, I'm really tired, dude.
Yeah, me too. When 25-year-old French socialite Blanche Monnier fell in love with an older man who had very little money to his name, her aristocratic mother, Louise, was horrified. She begged her daughter to end the relationship immediately, claiming their marriage would cast a shadow on the entire family. It was 1878. And Blanche had her heart set on marrying the older lawyer whom she loved. She finally met a man she knew would make her happy, and it didn't matter to her that he was broke. Louise forbade Blanche from seeing the man ever again, but Blanche stood her ground. Why should she end her love affair just because her mother didn't approve of the union?
Valid
Preach.
Point. Valid point.
Yep.
Yeah, up yours, Mom.
Yeah. The Monnier family lived in an affluent suburb in Polières. Louise lived with her 2 children, Blanche and her son Marcel, who was a law school graduate and a former administrative official. Louise's late husband, Emile, had a long, esteemed career and had been in charge of the local arts facility. Louise was also highly regarded in the community, and she'd won an award for her generous contributions to the city. Louise simply refused to let her daughter marry a man she believed was beneath her.
See, that's no good.
No,
Like
it
a
is
big
not.
age gap, a woman is 19 and the dude's 53 or something.
Yeah.
Sure, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But beneath you?
Yeah, get bent.
Yeah, shut up.
The family had a good name that had to be upheld at all times.
Please.
Arguments continued for days, with both women refusing to back down. But once she realized her daughter was not going to listen to her, Louise did something shocking and unforgivable.
Uh-oh.
She forced Blanche into a tiny room where she was held captive for 25 years.
Jeez Louise, no pun intended.
Uh-huh. Yeah. At first, Louise told Blanche she would not be allowed out of the tiny attic room until she agreed to break off the relationship, and instead look for more suitable men to marry. Surely Blanche would see her mother's reasoning, come to her senses, and break up with the unsuitable man. But Blanche did not give in. Surviving on leftovers from family meals, Blanche remained in that room where she was kept prisoner. Days, weeks, and months went by. Then the years passed as Blanche literally withered away, a shadow of the woman she once was. Meanwhile, her family went on with their lives, and nobody in the circle of friends knew that Blanche was locked in the tiny prison in the family home. Louise told people that Blanche had gone away or was traveling the world. Many people assumed Blanche had moved overseas for good, and they soon stopped asking about her.
What about the dude?
That's a good question. Little did they know, Blanche was slowly losing her mind and was on the verge of death. As Blanche wasted away, her lover died in 1885, not knowing whatever happened to the lovely young woman he had hoped to marry. But then, in May 1901, there was a breakthrough. Police received a handwritten letter describing a horrific situation taking place in the home. The anonymous letter claimed a woman had been kept prisoner in her own home at 21 Rue de la Visitation, I guess that's the street, for 25 years. The letter read, Monsieur Attorney General, I have the honor to inform you of an exceptionally serious occurrence. I speak of a spinster who was locked up in Madame Monnier's house, half-starved and living on putrid litter for the past 25 years, in a word, in her own filth. The police were skeptical of the letter's allegations, and yet one police officer remembered that, 25 years ago, the family had been devastated when their daughter Blanche disappeared, supposedly vanishing overseas. The letter might simply be a hoax, but they decided to investigate just in case the accusation was true.
What a good idea.
Yeah. When police arrived, the front door was locked and nobody seemed to be home. So they forced the door open and were immediately struck by a dreadful smell. They went upstairs and found the attic door where the smell was the strongest. On entering the attic and found a small window covering by heavy curtains and a shutter. When they pushed open the shutters, the officials were horrified by what they saw. Covered by a dirty old blanket was a skeletal woman, Blanche Monnier. She was naked and laying on the straw mattress. She was terribly malnourished, weighing just 55 pounds.
Ooh, wow.
Louise Monnier was immediately arrested where she confessed to abducting her own daughter. Louise died in prison just 2 weeks after her arrest.
Boo.
She'd been ill for a long time, and the stress of seeing newspaper reporters, along with the crowds of angry people outside her home, made her illness even worse. Blanche's brother, Marcel, was also arrested and stood trial for helping his mother imprison Blanche. Although Marcel didn't live with his mother and sister, he did live across the road and spent much of his time at the family home. The people of France were horrified to read in newspapers that he had known his sister was kept prisoner and he did nothing to help her.
Bastard.
Marcel was sentenced to just 15 months in prison, but he was eventually acquitted on claims that his sister could have left at any time, but chose not to. To the shock of all the courtroom, Marcel was a free man. Blanche was taken to a hospital, and while she was filthy and thin, it was her mental health that it was said to be the most concern.
I'm sure.
Having endured so many years in isolation, she was described in the words used at the time as mad. The sad story of Blanche was headline news across France, accompanied by the shocking photos of her skeletal body. She was seen as a miracle that she had survived, despite the barbaric treatment she suffered. Blanche remained in a psychiatric hospital, and although she was well cared for, she was never able to overcome her mental illness. Both Blanche and Marcel died in 1913. The saddest part of Blanche's story was that so many people failed her. It was eventually revealed that several people knew about her situation, including her hired carers and a doctor, but they chose to keep quiet. It was never discovered exactly who wrote the letter to the police, alerting them to Blanche's situation. But it is clear that without the letter, Blanche would have died in her tiny prison.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Flowers in the attic vibes. Do you know that story? There is a movie of it. I think it came out in the 80s. This woman wrote so many books. Her name was V.C. Andrews.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I think there was a whole spate of them, of books on the subject. But Flowers in the Attic is the first one, where two brothers, two sisters, their mother puts them in the attic. Some interesting things happen. But
like to lock up your own kid because you didn't like who they were going to marry?
Well,
that's some messed up.
Yeah.
You know what?
Because he's beneath you. Really? It's real upstanding to essentially wall up your child for a quarter of a century.
Who cares?
But you know what I don't get? So Blanche, was it?
Yeah.
Blanche Dubois? The mother said, once you start, you're going to stay in here until you start looking for a more respectable man. At what point do you think it might occur to you, go, you know what? I'm going to tell her I'm going to start looking for a more respectable man and then piss off somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, did it not occur to her at any point? Like,
Apparently not.
I got to applaud her stick-to-itiveness, but damn, girl.
Yep.
You got to pick your battles. Right? Wow. That's ghastly, man.
It is ghastly.
It is true, eh? Like, truth is stranger than fiction.
It is.
It's a weird world. I have an extremely short one.
Okay, go for it.
So get ready on your next story. This is short.
Okay.
We like short shorts.
Who wears short shorts?
Yeah. So this happened back in May of this year. Indiana. Not a total surprise. No offense to my friend Becky, who I don't know if she hails from there, but certainly she has family there.
Okay.
A man from Indiana was charged with a felony after he was accused of cutting off his genitals and using them to start a fire, according to court documents.
I heard this story, or I saw it come up on social media somewhere. Anyways, keep going.
I don't really know how you can start a fire with just your genitals. I'm not going to get graphic, but it's not like, a couple of sticks where you rub them together and the fire starts, right? So on May 6th, a man was charged with arson after police say he cut off his penis, doused it with gasoline, and lit it on fire in the garage of his mother's house in Fort Wayne, Indiana, according to court documents.
Okay.
Fort Wayne, Indiana, that's where Frank Burns is from.
Who the heck is that?
Yeah, you don't know. You never watched MASH. While attending to the fire, the suspect's family told first responders that he was missing. Meanwhile, officers were attending to the suspect, who said he had been stabbed downtown, which technically, I guess, in a way is right, according to the affidavit. It wasn't until later, after the suspect had been taken to hospital, that he admitted to police that he had inflicted the wound on himself and started the fire in the garage.
In the garage?
Huh?
In the garage?
In the garage. Christopher Pedden, 36, was arrested and charged with arson in the case. Pedden told police he used a kitchen knife to cut off his penis while he was in the garage, before he set it on fire and left the scene. Police said they collected the remains of a red gasoline container and 4 lighters and documented a kitchen knife that was found near the scene of the fire. Pedden was being held on a $10,000 bond, according to court documents. There was no sign of the penis.
Because it was burnt?
I would suspect so. Why did he have 4 lighters?
I don't know.
I mean, never
There's
mind.
a lot of questions in this
never
whole
mind
story.
the big one. But I'm not bringing this story just because it's kind of salacious, and I'm not really trying to make fun of the guy, because clearly there's some mental illness here at play, right? Mm-hmm. And, brief step up onto my soapbox. Mm-hmm. A lot of people think more and more stuff like this is happening nowadays. It isn't. One, we hear about it more because we are as flooded with news and information.
Yes.
Some of it out and out lies.
Yeah.
This one isn't. This has happened, verified on multiple sources. Mm-hmm. But we see so much of it.
Yeah.
So it's like when people used to say, well, watching violent movies will make you violent. No, it won't.
No.
But it does desensitize you. Mm-hmm. And it does trick your brain into thinking things like that happen more often than they in fact do.
Right.
It's like when people are like, I would never send my kid to the park to play nowadays. Why not?
Yeah.
It's no more dangerous than it was when I was a kid. You were a kid. Our parents were kids.
Nope.
Because, as stats show, overwhelmingly, when children are abducted, it's by somebody they know. Mm-hmm. And almost always an estranged parent.
Yeah.
And, so by seeing all this information, our brain gets tricked a little bit into thinking, oh my God, this happens a lot. But it doesn't really. But one thing that does maybe show a bit of an increase in such incidents like this, not specifically cutting off one's penis, but mental health issues, because governments in most countries in the West stop spending money on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
if you want to check yourself into a mental institution, you maybe get in for 30 days.
Right.
But we don't have places to send people anymore, so they
I
dump
know.
them back on the street. They don't belong in prison,
No. No.
right?
No.
Unless they're a threat to someone. But, if they're a threat to themselves, they should be getting care. They should be getting help.
Yeah.
But there's not many places because we cut them. We got rid of the funding.
I know.
So
Terrible.
it is terrible. And if people are like, well, fuck them. Okay. There but for the grace of God, pal. Remember that if it's one of your kids or friends or whatever. You remember your words. Okay, I'm now going to step down off of my soapbox.
Okay.
It was scary up there.
That was it? That was pretty high.
It was pretty high. Do you got something to bring us on home?
I do.
I really liked your first story a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'd never
good.
heard that.
I'm glad.
Are you really? Do you actually care at all?
I do.
Yeah, okay.
I do. I value your opinion.
Oh, bless. We're going to have a big group hug after this.
No, we're not.
No, there's only two of us. It's not
Yeah.
a group. All right, what do you got?
All right. We're going to go to Vegas.
Ooh. Have you been to Vegas?
I have.
I have, but it's like
Twice.
37 years ago.
Oh.
I know it's a lot different. It's way more family now.
Yeah.
Piss on that.
Yeah, gross.
All right, anyway.
All right. A Las Vegas woman is being accused of using online dating apps to lure at least 4 older men to meet her in person, then drugging them with sedatives and stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars
Damn.
in a sinister romance scheme,
Whoa.
according to FBI officials in Las Vegas. 3 of the men died, and Aurora Phelps, 43, has been charged in one of their deaths, authorities confirmed. Phelps, who is in custody in Mexico, faces 21 counts, including wire fraud, mail fraud, bank fraud, identity theft, kidnapping, and 1 count of kidnapping resulting in death.
Mail fraud, like M-A-I-L or M-A-L-E?
M-A-I-L.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it could be the other
really,
one, too.
Yeah.
Sue Fatimi, the acting U.S. attorney for the District of Nevada, said at a news conference on Friday. These charges can carry a sentence of up to life in prison,
Good.
and the FBI is working with the Department of Justice and Mexican authorities to secure her extradition.
Extradition.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This is technically a romance scam, but this is a romance scam on steroids, said Spencer Evans, the special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division. We have not seen one like this in recent history that's as nefarious as sinister, Evans said. It's folks that are out looking for love that ran into something far more sinister. We believe Aurora deliberately and methodically targeted older men to drug them and steal from them. In one of her instances, an older man allegedly fell victim to Phelps when he met her on an online dating app in November 2022. They met up at a restaurant in Las Vegas, and she slipped the man medication and other substances. The man became lethargic and confused, and Phelps made purchases with his American Express credit card without his consent while he was in a drugged state. When Phelps' purchases began to decline on the card, she allegedly prompted him to authorize the purchases by speaking to American Express. Phelps, who has dual citizenship in the U.S. and Mexico, is then alleged to have kidnapped a victim by heavily sedating him and taking him across the U.S.-Mexican border in a wheelchair with her daughter present, and then to a Mexico City hotel room where he was later found dead, according to the FBI.
There you go.
Evans said that after Phelps incapacitated her victims, she stole their cars, withdrew money from their bank accounts, used their credit cards to purchase luxury items and gold, and tried to access Social Security and retirement accounts.
God,
Wow.
she's greedy.
She's doing all the things.
Yeah.
According to the indictment, Phelps met one man in July 2021 and went on lunch dates with him. In November 2021, she allegedly ordered lunch to his house and slipped him a prescription drug. While he was mostly unconscious for about 5 days, Phelps was able to gain access to his accounts and stole his iPhone, iPads, driver's license, and bank cards.
Wow.
She also allegedly accessed his E-Trade account and sold Apple stock worth about 3.3 million US, but she was unable to withdraw that money. Phelps has been on the FBI radar for a couple of years, according to Evans. Several of the victims' relatives called authorities when they were unable to contact their loved ones, Evans said. One woman was unable to reach her father the day after he went on a date with Phelps in Mexico, May 2022. According to court records, the next day Mexican police found him dead on the bathroom floor of his home. Phelps then used an account belonging to the victim to purchase a gold coin and have it mailed to her home, along with other transactions. Several victims' families were concerned that they could not contact their loved ones. They didn't know what had happened to them. They made phone calls to authorities while trying to figure out where they were. The FBI is still seeking to identify other potential victims of Phelps, who goes by the alias Aurora Flores, Aurora Valcaso, and Aurora Alvarez. It is believed that from approximately 2019 to 2022, Phelps met individuals online or exploited those she knew in order to steal their personal information. Mrs. Phelps primarily targeted elderly men. However, she was known to target all age groups as well as women. There may be other individuals who fell victim to her scams and whose trust in her may have cost them their lives. The FBI has become aware of multiple additional potential victims, male and female, both in the U.S. and Mexico, that we believe Phelps preyed upon over a period of more than 3 years. It says if convicted, blah, 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 but I actually looked it up to see where it is now, and she's got 37 years
Sweet.
in jail for
Good.
all that.
Good.
So there you go.
That's
Aggressive. Like, she did a lot of things.
how that is evil.
Yeah, it is evil.
Yeah.
It's totally evil. That's not okay.
Well,
Like, on many different levels.
yeah,
But,
like just the wanton disregard for others for your
Yeah.
own greed.
yeah.
Should make a good CEO.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad they busted her. I'm glad she's doing real time.
Yeah.
Not in jail. Prison.
Yeah. Prison.
Yeah, good for her. I don't like her.
No.
Skank.
No.
I just said that.
Skank.
Sure, that
I haven't heard that word in a while.
it works though.
Skank.
Reminds me of Cardi B.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one that bragged about how when she worked at a strip bar, they would roll customers. Yeah, you're a real hero.
Yeah.
I
Good
can't
for you.
stand her.
Yeah. You know what I can't stand, though?
What?
Is when people don't give us 5 stars.
You can't stand it? Do
I
you
can't
get
stand
mad?
it. I do.
Oh my
I get
God,
mad.
don't
So
let her
don't
get
make
mad.
Mel mad.
No, you don't want
No,
to.
you're going to get all different versions of Mel and that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. So
Nobody wants that.
you guys should do that. And then like, love, share with all your friends.
Yeah.
Check us out on all of our socials as well. And if you have any story suggestions, reach out.
I got one
we've got
just
one.
the other day.
All right. That sounds great.
I have a bit of an update, though, on something.
What's
It just
that?
occurred to me. Remember the story I did about the little boy? He's like 18 months old. They found him drowned in a pool.
Yes.
And then he woke up in the morgue.
Yep.
And the parents, after all, are not going to be charged.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that pop up too.
Because they found they weren't impaired.
Right.
And this can happen. Everybody thought somebody else was out back with the child.
Right.
And I remember watching my friend's daughter. Her name's Celeste. She's like a full-grown adult now. But she might have been like 3 or 4. And we were at the river in Winterburn. And I could see that there was long grass at the edge of the bank growing out over the river. She goes, "Can we go up and look in the water?" I'm like, no, we can't. Because I don't know where that land ends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And if she goes in, I have to go in.
Yeah.
And so we were stood well back. We were stood probably like 25 feet back.
Yeah.
So about 7.8 meters. And all of a sudden I looked around, she wasn't there. I'm like, oh my God. And I like instantly panicked.
Oh,
and
of course.
Like 3 seconds later, I turn around and she's behind me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God.
I know.
You know?
Scary.
So it can happen.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, for sure.
It isn't always a question of fault, Kids are sneaky. 18 months, not very. Well, they
Yeah.
can walk,
Oh, yeah.
and they're quiet.
They're little.
They're toddlers.
Yep.
They can toddle.
They can toddle.
But, yeah, so I was actually kind of glad to see that they weren't being charged, because
Yep.
surely they'd been through enough.
Of course.
And I still hope that they
Yeah.
sue the nuts off the stupid doctor
Yes.
who pronounced him dead when he wasn't.
Yeah.
Loser.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Like she said, follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok if you want. We're now on Threads.
Okay.
I haven't got very involved in that yet.
All right.
Still trying to figure it out.
I don't know much about it, so. Anyways.
But yeah, please do
Cool.
all those things. And thanks for stopping by. And
Yes.
hopefully you'll come by again next week.
Faux show.
Well, until then, you guys take care of yourselves and one another, please.
Bye.
Auf
Bye.
Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.